How are you guys doing? Good? So just 3 of you? 4 of you maybe? Good? Yeah? How are you guys doing? Good? Alright, cool. So as he said, my name is Dylan. I'm born and raised in Oklahoma. How many of you guys are born and raised in Oklahoma? How many aren't? Big Mike over there? Yeah, Big Mike. So I grew up in Moore, Oklahoma. Does anyone know what Moore, Oklahoma's at? Moore? Yeah? Yeah, exactly. So if you don't know where Moore, Oklahoma is, Google Tornado Town and you will find it. I promise you will find it. But even if that doesn't work, it is south of Oklahoma City, but it's pretty much Oklahoma City. That's where I grew up. I'm actually 19 years old. I'm actually engaged. Michaela's over there. Everyone? Yeah, clap. Yeah. So look to your neighbor and say, oh, she's pretty. Now look to your other neighbor and say, she's out of his league. Yeah, because she is. It's super cool. We get married in August, and I'm really excited for what God has for them. So, like I said, I grew up in Moore. I went to Southmore High School, and I was a geek. I was a nerd. I was in band. Is there any band geeks out here? Yeah, come on, somebody. If you're not in band, I see a football uniform over here. Any other extracurricular activities? Football? Softball? What else? Basketball? Basketball? Can you believe that there's crazy people out there that play lacrosse? Lacrosse? It's interesting. I'm just saying that for the Yeah, lacrosse, okay, he's got shooters out here, so that's cool. So I was in band at Southmore High School. Has anyone ever heard of Southmore High School? Yeah, that's cool. So it was a really big, I graduated with a really big class. My class was actually 715. I graduated with 750 other seniors. And I was talking to some of you guys earlier, and that sounds as big as your high school here. So that's how big my senior class was. And so when I was in band, there was 400 plus students in band. Yeah, huge, absolutely huge. So I was a percussionist. Any other percussionists out there? Yeah, as you saw, I was playing the drums up there. I was also on drumline in marching band. Pretty cool. Yeah. And then what my favorite part about band was, and why I stayed in band, was because of jazz band. Yeah. Does anyone know what jazz band is? Yeah, cool. So I'll explain it to you real quick. It's not quite like marching band where you've got like the clarinets or like the weird instruments like oboes or flutes or whatever. That's weird. I'm sorry. But it's just saxophones, trombones, trumpets, drums. Can I get an amen? Drums. Bass guitar. It's almost like a normal band. You see like saxophones and all that. So I was the drummer. And I was in jazz band all 4 years of high school. And there was this really cool thing. I don't know if you guys do All-State here in Stigler, but I was actually the All-State jazz drummer in my junior and senior year. So I guess I was a pretty big deal. I don't know. I'm not anymore, but that's okay. You know. So I was, like I said, I was the All-State drummer in my junior and senior year. I love jazz band because I grew up playing drums. My dad actually got me started out on drums when I was 4 years old. Super young. So I've never known not being able to play drums. That's how I grew up. That's what I was known for. Was Dylan the drummer. So I got to my senior year of high school, and every year at band banquet, they give out like the silly awards, like most likely to be a band director, most likely to end up in jail, something like that. We got in trouble for that one. Thank you. But then there was also the serious awards. Like there was one that was like outstanding marching student, outstanding percussionist, outstanding woodwind, all that kind of cool stuff. And there was one award for the most outstanding jazz student of the year. And most of these awards went to the seniors. So I was a senior. And everyone around me, I still talk to him, I love him to death. My jazz teacher, his name's Mr. Clifton. He got up on the stage and he started talking about this guy. He was like, man, this guy all 4 years, he's He's been in it, he's been working hard. He's been dedicated, and he made All-State. Like, he made All-State. He's one of the first ones at sophomore to do it. So I was like, yeah, man, that's sick. And everyone's like nudging me like, hey, bro, like, that's you. Like, he's talking about you. And he's going on, he's like, this kid has been working since day one. And like, I'm just so proud of him. I can't believe what he's done. And at this point, everyone's like, Steiger, Steiger, because that's what I was called in high school. There was so many Dylans, as you can imagine, so I was known as Steiger by my last name. So everyone was like, Steiger, Steiger. And like, they're nudging me, and he's like, in the 2017 Outstanding Jazz Student of the Year is Justin Miller. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but my name's not Justin Miller. My name is Dylan Steiger. So in that moment, I began to get in my head, and I was like, what's wrong with me? Did they forget about me? Did everything that I did in this last 4 years mean nothing? At that moment, I felt like I could walk out of the room and no one would know it. How many of you guys feel like you're unseen or forgotten? How many of you guys feel like I did? That in that moment, you could have walked out of the room, you could walk out of your classroom or wherever you're at, and feel like no one would notice. You might be the one that feels unseen and forgotten, and instead of walking out or shriveling up and not talking to anyone, you're the class clown. You act out for the attention you desire. I was that person. And I know that every single one of you guys at one point have felt that way. You felt like no one sees you. They've forgotten about you. That no one loves you. But God sees you. God sees you. There's someone else in the Bible that I'm sure felt the same way as I did and many of you did, and his name is David. So if you guys got your Bibles, anybody got your Bibles? No? Wave them in the air. If you got your phone, that works too. Just please don't text, it'll hurt my feelings. Yeah, wave them in the air. So if you'd like to, go ahead and turn to 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 11 and 12. And just keep your finger or lock your phone on that, because we'll get to that in a minute. But David, like I said, I'm sure at one point felt like us. He had 7 brothers. 7 brothers. There was 8 of them. I can't even handle 1 brother and 1 sister. How many of you guys have more than 1 sibling? Yeah? How many have more than 3 siblings? 4? 5? 5? 6? 7?
I don't know most of them, but yeah.
How many siblings do you got? 7? How many do you got back there? How many do you got? 7? How many? 20?
You're all separated.
Oh, they're okay. Wow, that's crazy. So he had 7 brothers, and I don't know if you guys know much about David, but he was not a big guy. He was a very small guy. He was the youngest out of those 8 kids. So I'd like to think that at some point he felt like us. So I'm going to give you a little bit of context to where we're going to in the Bible right now. So there was this really cool guy. His name was King Saul. He was going to be the first anointed king, or he was the first anointed king. And then he got caught up in his selfish ways, and God took his anointing away. And then he called a high priest, 2 high priests, and his name was Samuel. He said, hey, yo, bro, Samuel, I got a job for you to do. Everyone say that with me. Hey, bro, Samuel, I got a job for you to do.
Hey, bro, Samuel, I got a job for you to do.
Yeah, and that job was to go find the next king, because Saul had got his anointing stripped from him, and he was God no longer had the blessing for him to be king. So Samuel asked around. He didn't know where he was going or what he was doing. And then he heard about this man named Jesse. And Jesse had 8 sons. One of those sons being David. So Samuel goes over to Jesse. He's like, hey bro, I heard you got some bumping boys over here, pretty big king looking like. And then he was like, yeah man, sure, I got some. And he brings out 7 sons. Notice I said 7, not 8. He brought out 7 sons like I would like to say, Jesse's favorite. So in that moment, how do you think David felt? 7 of his brothers were out there getting what they thought was their moment to become king, and he's tending to the sheep far away. So that's where we pick up. God tells Samuel that none of these 7 are it. So then he says, then Samuel said to Jesse, are all of your sons here? And he said, there remains yet the youngest, but behold, he is keeping the sheep. And Samuel said to Jesse, send and get him, for we will not sit down till he comes here. We're going to skip ahead just a little bit. The Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brothers. So, like I said, in that moment, before Samuel was like, nah, bro, these aren't it. Like, these aren't the guys that God's called me to anoint. You got one more out there? So up to that moment, how do you think David felt? He probably felt forgotten, like he was unseen. And I'd like to say if that's how it was in that moment, that wasn't the first time something like that's happened. So his whole life, he's probably felt just like me and you do. But you know the coolest thing about this story? God knew exactly where David was. Literally to the geographic location, he knew where David was. And he had a very specific calling on his life. How many knows what David does next after he's anointed king? Anyone? What does he do?
Fight Goliath.
He fights Goliath, and he slays Goliath. Now we're talking, David's like, the stories, he's probably like 5'3", 5'4", so he's a small dude. And Goliath's a giant. So he does big things. God called him specifically to save the people and become the next king. God knew exactly where he was. The coolest thing about that is David wrote most of the Psalms. So what do you think David was doing when he was out there and he felt all alone and forgotten? He was worshiping. He was worshiping. He's like, it sucks. It sucks. I know it sucks. But I'm going to worship because I know who sees me. And it doesn't matter if my dad sees me, my mom sees me, my friends see me, that cute girl sees me, that cute boy sees me. God sees me. God knows exactly where you're at, and he sees you. So my next point is going to be, just because your moment's not now, doesn't mean your moment's not coming. So for David, he probably thought when Jesse brought his 7 brothers that wasn't his moment, and he was just like, all right, whatever, tending the sheep. But then moments later was his moment, when he was anointed king. And here's the really, really, really super duper cool part about David that I like the most. And this is a cool, fun Bible fact. David is the 2nd most mentioned name in the Bible besides Jesus himself. Isn't that cool? So his whole life up until that point, he probably felt forgotten, unseen, like no one cared about him. But thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years later, he is the most talked about person besides Jesus in our faith. How cool is that? So right now in this moment, you may feel like maybe no one sees you. But you have no idea what God has for you in the next moment. So I challenge you guys to think. And if your moment has not come to you yet, see what God has for you. Because there might be something in this moment where you feel that way that he's trying to put inside of you and get you ready for the next moment, your big moment. See, for me, it was really hard for me to see my best friend get that jazz award and me not get it. But that wasn't my moment. Because to be honest, if I would have gotten that award, I probably would have not been here today speaking to you guys. My moment is when God called me to VSL. And he started to pour into me. And I'd like to say that this is like a minor moment for a big moment. I believe that there's a big moment coming in my life that God's ready with me for right now. How many of you guys feel like God's putting something inside of you to get you ready for your moment? Yeah. You can raise your hand, don't be afraid. Yeah, absolutely. So, challenge you guys with, there's a couple of things. So you're probably like, hey Dylan, like, I feel unseen. Like, I feel like I hope your parents haven't forgotten you. Maybe your friends forgotten you. Maybe, like I said, maybe you just want to leave and you feel like no one else could see you. Be like, how do I fix that? Like, how do I lean in? I got two things for you. And one of these things is super, super duper cool. It's a thing that I have. I have it. And you have it too. It's an all-knowing being that we like to call Google. Yeah, I just confused you guys, didn't I? Something I like to do is if I feel that way, I do this all the time. I even did it for this sermon because I didn't know like what. I knew what God wanted me to say, but I didn't know where in the Bible He wanted me to take it from. So sometimes what I like to do is I'll literally go to Google and I'll say verses about loneliness, verses about feeling unseen. And like I said, Google's an all-knowing being. It knows everything. Unless you look at Wikipedia. Don't look at Wikipedia. But it'll take you to places. I know it will, because it's done it for me. And the second thing that I really, really, really challenge you guys to do is you guys have small groups, right? You got small groups? Yeah? So in your small groups, if you start feeling that way, I encourage you to step out in faith and talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. Because not only will that help you, but the person you talk to might be going through the same thing. They might be feeling the same exact way you are. God sees you. He sees exactly where you're at. And He hasn't forgotten you. He has not forgotten you. I promise you that.